Hey gang, so I wanted to give you a little bit of an update. I wanted to also talk about safety around the water. So just as an update, I went through and I topped all of the peppers over the weekend. You can see that they're starting to already recover. This one here. This one, yeah, I was a little bit aggressive and I actually broke the main stem when I was not only topping it, but I pushed it over to try and see what would happen, you know, trying to get it over a little bit. At any rate, I taped it. We'll see what happens. So far it looks alright. I did move the cilantro down here because I don't really think it liked being up in the rail so much. I don't know if it was too close to the light, not really sure. Around a little bit. Give you a quick glance now. So let's talk about this rack. This rack I got at Lowe's. I do not have it secured to the wall. It certainly should be, and if I had young children or anybody in here that I was afraid might pull on it or want to try and climb on it, absolutely do that. The other key is that whatever stand you're going to use in your home or in your garage or where you're putting it, make sure that it's rated for the weight that you have on it. So this stand that I have, which I got at Lowe's, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, it looks like four shelves, and each shelf is rated for, I think it's 300 pounds. That's if you're using it with the feet, the levelers on the bottom, which I have. But when you're kind of figuring out, so just looking at this here, right there, you can see that I have the weight of the lights. So these are each, you know, let's guess. I'm guessing, and I'm gonna overestimate and say 8 pounds. Each one of these buckets, the buckets are light, but the water that's inside, depending on the level of the vegetables, could be up to 4 gallons. So each gallon of water is 8 pounds. 1 gallon of water equals 8 pounds. So theoretically, if these were full with just the water weight, could be 32 pounds each, right? So, and then you'd have to add the weight. These rocks are really light, you know, but this rail adds weight. And then any other items you might be hanging in here. So I have another light there. I also have this one up here, but you know, that one's offset at the top. My weight is not excessive for this, but if you go putting bigger buckets on here with added water, make sure that you're looking at any one time what the water weight and all your equipment weight might be. I am really good here with the amount of weight, but just as an FYI. All right, so that's a little bit about safety. Obviously, you want to make sure if you have pets that your lids are secure. My dogs, I do allow in the room with me when I'm here. I have a cat that is not allowed in this room at all. If he comes down here, maybe he's here for a minute while I'm here, but I don't allow him to stay here. All right. All the peppers, like I said, I went through and I topped them all. That was yesterday. So they're all coming really nice. You can see the tomatoes. We're probably going to pick those today. Back here, that pepper, I have been kind of, you know, it's almost called super cropping, but at any rate, I'm trying to push down some of the stems, pull off tops. The reason I'm doing that is to try and conserve on the space that I have. Probably going to pull this lettuce out, if not today, tomorrow. Ground cherry is looking great. Key lime, you can see it's got some nice additional stems and leaves coming, and it's got a really cool root. This, I believe it's arugula. I may leave it a little bit longer. I'm not a fan of it. If you have ideas or suggestions on what to do with it, I know my son and daughter-in-law like it in salads. I'm just not a fan of the flavor. So tell me what you do with it. I'd love to hear what you do with your arugula and how big to allow it to get before, you know, are the smaller stems better or should I let it grow up? Leave your suggestions in the comments below. It's another pepper. So like I said, I'm moving things around a little bit, seeing how that works, seeing what else I can do. You can see the cucumbers coming way up. I'm gonna allow it to go, well, if it wants to go lower, it can go lower. Otherwise, I also am allowing it to come up higher. The rail still looks great, going in the bucket, not having any issues there. Should be adding some new things really soon. Like I said, we have a 55-gallon DWC. Oh, let me give you a little different glimpse of it here. I've opened this up and I'll show you in a second why. But you know, you can see it's a pretty nice sized garden. It's really doable for anybody in their own home. Whether you have a shelf or you just have a table, just make sure the water weight that you have is, you know, going to be maintained by your stand. Other thing I wanted to show you here is that I've started looking at hydroponics orchids because I have a bigger one upstairs. Seems to really love it. These are ones I grabbed from Lowe's. They were their reject plants, you know, the ones that they reduce and say, take them away. So I bought them a week ago. Their roots were horrible. I put them in what they call full water culture for orchids. It's not DWC, it's not cracky, but very similar theory. You can see how green, you can see there's still some white ones. There were some icky looking ones that I took off, but they're really starting to green up. Love this spot. It's even adding some new buds, if you can see that there. So I'm really pretty excited about this, and I'll show you what happens as we go along. The ratio, just in case you're wondering, if you took the root of your plant from where it, you know, would normally be inserted into the ground, or, you know, your pot, go make sections of a third, your water level should be the lower third of your roots. And you can kind of guess, if your plant really looks like it's not liking it, then obviously you might need to lower it. You could raise it. And these are just plain old phals. I honestly, I think this one might be a really pretty pink, although it could be purple. I really honestly don't know, but you can see it's even starting to shoot up new leaves. I think this one might be too. So yeah, more to come. And as always, peace out.